Well, Marcellus Wiley, who's been on my show a few times now,
Mm-hmm.
he's always been somewhat of a critic of Kaepernick. And we talked about the whole workout situation.
Right.
It ended up being kind of a fiasco.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, he got the NFL workout, but then he wanted to change locations, and then he wanted a Nike camera crew there, and so forth. And ultimately, it resulted in nothing,
right,
for anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And Marcellus's stance on this is that Colin says he wants to play for the NFL, but he doesn't really want to play for the NFL. He is more concerned with going down as a symbol, which he's going to go down as that regardless at this point. But had he really wanted to play for the NFL, he would not have taken those steps in that workout.
So I think reluctantly, because of timing, he didn't necessarily want to do it just like that. But then you got to strike while it's hot, and you got an opportunity. You got to go shoot your shot. What happened then is his lawyers got a hold of what this contract was like, I don't know, Cap, this doesn't sound like it's all in favor of you getting the workout to the degree that you think or you want or we desire. And I think that moment of contention is where it all fell apart. It's crazy that Cap wanted the cameras in there so that the public would be able to see the workout and they couldn't manipulate the footage or manipulate the workout so that we will be the referees or the scorekeepers. But we're not the employers. So I don't give a damn how many Twitter comments I write about Kaepernick. That ain't going to force one of these owners or team GMs to sign him. So I always kind of looked at that as suspicious. Like, why would you fight so hard for that? Or more importantly, why were you so upset if they said no to that? Because it doesn't really matter if you need an opportunity, but whatever.
So I love Marcellus dearly, but as somebody who is in the league, he knows what a real workout looks like, right? A real workout doesn't happen at a high school in Georgia, regardless of who set it up. A real workout happens at the team facility.
Well, wasn't it originally at the team facility and he wanted to change it to the high school?
No, I don't think it was. I didn't think it was. Was it?
I think that's what happened.
But it wasn't the Falcons who brought him in, though. It was just, they were just literally using his grounds, right? And they were going to invite they invited all these different scouts.
Right.
And they did it on, I feel like it was a Tuesday. They did it on some kind of midweek where, I mean, the possibility of a number of scouts from the NFL showing up on this particular day was not going to happen. So anyway, I say all that to say is that the setup of what the NFL proposed was a sham from the beginning. Players aren't usually set up. This is not the setup in which players are acquired. The closest he came to there even being something close to legitimate interest is what happened with the Seahawks, right? It's like that was probably about the closest thing where, you have the head coach and whoever else express interest. They talk about bringing him in to the facility, putting him through a workout. None of that ever happened. No team has ever offered him a contract. No team has brought him into a team facility because that's usually how that works. Tryouts aren't set up for an individual player through the league. That's it's not done that way. The NFL doesn't do that. So to me, there was already some red flags about what this was really about. The scouts, the team owners, the coaches, they have had Colin Kaepernick's number for years. They know where he is. All right. If they were really that interested in him, they wouldn't put him through something like what they were proposing. And then people expected him to fully trust the league when they had just been in court battling over a grievance. So he's going to leave this entire workout in their hands. He's going to allow the league to send their version of edited footage to the teams. Why should he trust the NFL? I don't blame him for making sure this was done on his terms. And again, all of these team owners have had the liberty of working on Colin Kaepernick whenever they wanted. The truth is they're not serious about doing it. They don't want to give him an opportunity to come in the league because they still look at him and blame him for the reason that they became or they got caught in the political crossfire of Donald Trump. They blame him for that. And I think they're also on a deeper level, another reason why they wouldn't really give Colin an opportunity in the NFL is that they're worried about the influence that he would have on other players. This isn't just about the awareness that he can bring to the issues that he cares about, or even the media circus that might ensue if he were on another team. This isn't about that. They've dealt with plenty of guys who have created media circuses, and they've managed to go on and operate as a normal functioning team. They're worried about how somebody who is as liberated as Colin Kaepernick is, the influence he's going to have on other guys. The NFL, football in general, is a sport of conformity. It's not a sport of individualism.
Yep.
And he would be a problem in their minds. He's a problem they can't manage. They can't control. That's why they don't want him in the NFL. He's become too big, right? And so everything they do with him would have to be carefully managed because they'd be worried about the perception of everything, and they don't want to deal with it. And they don't want to possibly have somebody on a roster who might have more power than the brand of the NFL.